As I stepped out on Christmas Eve to see what I could see, I saw young Mary McEntee a walking up to me. I said, "How are you, Mary? I hope you feel all right, 'cause I've got something special for to slip in your stocking tonight. Tooraloo, tooralay. For I've got something special for to slip in your stocking tonight." Oh, how much of her was muscle? How much of her was glad? How much of her was cellulite? How much of her was sad? How much of her was pleasant? How much of her was rude? Ah, how much of her was hairy? And how much of her was smooth? She get up and out of me way, 'cause I have got to run. I'm off to see young Johnny McGee, he's back from World War One. And I said, "Ah, but Mary, I thought that you were mine." Sure, I'd say anything for a pull at the old woodbine. Tooraloo, tooralay. Sure, I'd say anything for a pull at the old woodbine. Oh, how much of her was muscle? How much of her was glad? How much of her was cellulite? How much of her was sad? How much of her was vinegar? How much of her was wine? Oh, how much of her was Johnny McGee's? How much of her was mine? Well, Mary came up to me next day and said, "Are you still cross?" Well, I said, "I've got no time to talk, I'm making the cranberry sauce." Says she, "Oh, won't you take me back, me error I have seen? McGee has got two wooden legs and nothing in between." Tooraloo, tooralay. McGee has got two wooden legs and nothing in between. Oh, how much of her was muscle? How much of her was glad? How much of her was cellulite? How much of her was sad? How much of her was definite? How much of her had doubts? How much of her like cranberry sauce? How much like Brussels sprouts? Well, after a short engagement, Mary and me got hitched, and ever since she hasn't stopped. She's bitched and bitched and bitched. Well, I know I'll always rue the day she grabbed at Johnny's knee, and underneath the corduroy she found mahogany. Tooraloo, tooralay. And underneath the corduroy she found mahogany. Oh, how much of her was muscle? How much of her was glad? How much of her was cellulite? How much of her was sad? How much of it was preordained? How much of it was chance? Well, the sergeant's home in Ireland and his private's back in France. Yahoo!